Your 20s are supposed to be the best years of your life. That's what everyone says. You're young, you're free, you have time, you have options. So why does it feel like you're constantly behind, doing something wrong, and lost? Let's talk about it honestly. In your 20s, you are building an identity from scratch. Your 20s feel really confusing because for the first time in your life, no one is telling you who to be. School had structure, family had expectations, society had a timeline. But now you have choices, and choices are overwhelming. Who do you want to be? What career do you want to pursue? What city do you want to live in? What kind of relationship do you want to be in? What lifestyle is meant for you? You are not just building a life, you are building an identity. And trust me, identity construction is messy. And no wonder you're so lost. No wonder you are sometimes depressed. Most of the time, you don't know what to do. Because technically, you're starting life all over again. This time on your own, this time without anyone telling you, do this, do that, and this time without limitations. Let me tell you this. Unfortunately, our 20s feel so confusing and so overwhelming because social media makes it worse. You are not just living your 20s, you're watching thousands of people live their lives too. Someone is traveling the world, someone is getting engaged, someone just bought a car, a house, someone just launched a business. And after seeing all that, your quiet progress in life feels very, very small. But listen, here's the truth. You are comparing your internal confusion with someone else's curated, designed highlight reel. Yes, maybe that person is traveling the world, but do we actually know what's going on in that person's personal life? I don't know, career, I don't know, intimate details of that person. We don't. Believe me, no one posts. Okay, majority doesn't post their 2 a.m. anxiety attacks, panics, depressions, their self doubts, their what am I doing with my life moments. But almost everyone feels them. And those that don't, they're probably just 1%. And I don't know what they're doing actually. So before you watch someone else's social media, before you watch influencers, curated vlogs, lifestyles, think about this. Would you, if you were an influencer, would you post those depressive moments, those late night thoughts, those unsure moment of yours? Probably you wouldn't. So that's why when you are watching content, don't think that everyone is having good and only you are suffering. No, we all suffer in our own ways because life is, in fact, a struggle. But through this struggle, we learn how to survive, we learn how to be better, and we shape our character. Look, in your 20s, you are unlearning what you thought you wanted. One of the biggest reasons why your 20s feel confusing is because you start realizing some dreams that you thought were your own are not even yours. Maybe you chose a degree because it sounded impressive. Maybe you dated someone because it looked stable. Maybe you chased something because it felt safe. And then one day you wake up and think, wait, is this actually what I want? That questioning phase is what's uncomfortable, but it's necessary, especially in your 20s. Confusion is often the beginning of clarity. So the more confused you get and the more deep down you go into that confusion, you will figure out You will figure out yourself, your life, and your path. Let me be clear on this. Majority who are in their 20s are experiencing their first real independence. For the first time, your life decisions actually matter. It's not like waking up and deciding to skip school for one day anymore. You will and you do feel the consequences of your own decisions and actions. Unfortunately, you feel immense financial pressure, career pressure, relationship pressure. You are responsible. And trust me, responsibility feels extremely heavy when you're still figuring out yourself, especially if we're while growing, if we're told to be this, that, if we didn't have time before our 20s to figure ourselves out, to find ourselves, then we will spend most of our 20s doing that. And that's a long and hard journey. But we are expected along while finding ourselves to find out everything else as well and have everything perfectly done, figured out, relationships, career, life. But it's not that easy. It's not that simple. There are so many things right now. There are so many career paths you can take right now. There are so many people you can be in a relationship right now. And you are expected to figure it out by mid 20s. How? Are you gonna date with everyone, talk with everyone, and then figure out, okay, this is the type of person I wanna be with? It's impossible. You won't have enough time, even if you decide to do that. Are you gonna try all careers? It's impossible. You won't have enough time. And amidst all of this, the responsibility that most of us feel is actually crushing us. But hear me out. The weight of this responsibility doesn't mean you are failing. It just means you are transitioning to adulthood, and welcome to real world. Adulthood is like this. Unfortunately, growth feels lonely before it feels empowering. Sometimes your 20s feel confusing because you're outgrowing a version of yourself. Old friendships don't align, old habits don't excite you, old dreams don't inspire you. You feel in between of who you want to be or who you are meant to be or who you are figuring out to be and who you were told you were. You're not who you were anymore, and you're also not who you are becoming at the same time. You're in that in between phase, and it's unstable, it's uncomfortable. But the good thing is, it's actually transformative. And again, trust me, it's like this for the majority. You are not alone. If you're confused, if you are lost, don't be scared. It's okay. You will figure it out along the way. For some people, it's fast. For some, it does take time. And that brings me to kind of the last point. No one can tell you there's a timeline. The fake timelines that were told to us by society, they don't exist. There is no universal timeline. It's a myth. Some people marry at 23, 21, 22, some at 35. Some never even get married. Some build career fast. Some people pivot at 29. Some even start over at 40. So hear me out. The pressure that you feel is mostly imagined. You don't need to figure out everything when you're 20 years old or when you're 21. You will figure it out along the way. And don't be afraid of making a mistake. Don't think like, I chose this path and I cannot change it. That's not true. Our lives, they don't end, finalize when we're 20. They're just beginning. It is very normal that you haven't figured things out. 20s are when your lives begin. So don't be scared. Don't rush. and don't be confused, because this is first step into figuring your life out. Now, I'm also not saying this just because it's really early age, blah blah blah. Don't put your life on hold as well. Keep going. Figure things out. Slow or fast doesn't matter, but don't stop. As I said, life is not a race. Not with yourself, not with someone else, and not with time. It's everything is just unfolding. Sometimes in perfect timing, sometimes early, sometimes maybe late. As soon as you enter your 20s or while you're in your mid 20s, life is ending. No, life is just beginning. And you're allowed to experience, you're allowed to fail, you're allowed to be confused. You will figure yourself out. So if your 20s feel confusing, it's not because you are behind, it's because you are becoming. Confusion is great. You are questioning, and questioning means you're conscious, and consciousness leads to intentional living. You are not lost. You're evolving. The version of you that feels lost today is slowly building someone much stronger than you realize. And that's why you can be happy, because today's confusion will be tomorrow's achievement. And that is end of this video. I hope this video helped you understand that 20s are not supposed to be what everyone is telling you. It's okay to be confused. It's okay to figure yourself out, and don't feel so overwhelmed. It's okay. You're not alone. Everyone is pretty much similar. I hope you liked this video, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.